All right, so we're recording.
Yay.
Well, as everyone else on these videos say, hey y'all.
I'm not saying that.
Come on.
I don't say y'all.
Okay. So if this is your first time joining us,
It's our first time too.
I'm Rob. This is my wife Tara. It's Saturday morning, so we typically like to do things on Saturday mornings like couples have date nights. We have kids. We don't typically do date nights per se. We pretty much do a date day. So Saturday mornings we set aside for ourselves to get errands done, to go get coffees, and what we're going to do today is go take a look at our house. We're doing a new build in a community, so we're about 2 months out. We've been going through this process for quite some time now, and I think we signed
Our contract was signed in September.
at the beginning of September. It is now February, second week into February, and we are set to close tentatively at the beginning of April. We've already been pushed back 2 months. We were actually supposed to close February 5th, but the original construction manager was spread so thin that we're pretty much at the end of the build. Essentially, we've got, I think there's 5, maybe 6 houses left. 6?
Yeah. If you count 6, and then of course the reno of the model. So like 6.5 technically.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 6 left. Before he was no longer the construction manager, there was a big standstill on basically everything that was left in that facility.
Yeah, like no kidding. The entire month of December, we've tracked it. I actually have a chronological tracking of the date and when things happened, things of that nature. And it was like as soon as it hit December, they framed it, they built the house, they even got up to the roof, exterior OSB boards on everything, but then it stopped for like 3 weeks. Now, this is COVID, and so there's a delay, there's a back order for shingles, for siding, for appliances, things of that nature. We already know that, but it sat for 3 weeks. And our neighbors, the 2 houses to one side of us that were, it looked like we were about a week behind them initially. I mean, they were shingled, they were wrapped, everything, but it was like our house just stood still.
We're not salty at all.
We found out about the beginning, I really think, of this month or sometime last month, that they changed the construction manager, and we actually met up with the new guy. We weren't even able to talk to the original construction manager. Like, we couldn't email with him, communicate. We had to go through the selling agent for the community to ask any questions. And as much as she's got a great personality, I think she was probably pretty much done with that community as well, because we weren't really getting, it would take a while for us to get information back from her, if we got any information at all. And it seemed like we were asking the same question multiple times and not really getting an answer for. But they put a new guy on it who actually apparently was the construction manager for the first phase of our subdivision. So they brought him back in to kind of, I guess you could say, mop up, to finish up the subdivision. We found out yesterday that he is no longer in the community. To what extent, I don't know, but he's no longer in there. There's now a third construction manager. They were walking our house yesterday, so we found out that there were some things that the original contractor built or didn't review or anything like that. But we found out, like, our bedroom, we have tray ceilings in our bedroom. They're in a rectangle shape. Goes kind of the width of the room. See, there's that Lotus again.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a Corvette.
No, that's a yellow.
Yeah, that's a Corvette,
Yeah.
actually. New Corvette. And then
I wouldn't exactly call them issues per se, but they weren't maybe in the plans.
they weren't done to specs.
So the one thing, like Rob was saying, is the tray ceilings in the master bedroom. We didn't really notice anything. We thought everything looked great. It's a rectangle because the room's basically a rectangle. So yeah, they're what you call it? Are painted.
Shakers are
Their
painted
shakers
too.
are painted. They're
We just
great.
pulled into the community.
Yeah, so we're gonna do some editing because you're probably gonna hear me drop some F-bombs on other houses being done.
Yeah, we want to try to keep this.
Oh.
Ooh, somebody's for sale.
Oh, a resale.
Yeah, it's weird. Our community is only like 2 years old, and they're not quite done with everything. And there have been at least that we know of 4 resales in here. Oh, for rent.
Oh, okay.
They're not even selling. They're actually going to rent that one. Wow.
It's too small. This is in a basement.
No,
That side of the road doesn't have basements. Was 3 items that were pointed out to us yesterday by the new construction manager of, I guess, like you said, the specs were incorrect for our layout. The first one was for our master bedroom, and again, it's a rectangle shaped room. The tray ceiling is rectangle. We thought it looked fine, but actually it's supposed to be like an octagon type shape, so there's supposed to be a little bit more of a, a little bit more character there. They asked us if we wanted to have it changed and whatnot. I thought that the rectangle looked good. I didn't have any issue with it looking at it now. So I personally don't have an issue. I know Robbie didn't have an issue. So we just told them it's okay, you can leave it. We're not going to, get upset over that. And I think that was a good thing because it turns out that the other 2 items were kind of like in our benefit. The first one, oh, Deadpool, he's gonna say hey. The first one would also be in the master, but the master bathroom. We didn't quite, I guess, ask about it during our walkthrough either, and I didn't put it down, but there was no tray in the master shower. We were just figuring it wasn't to be installed at this point, since we're not subject matter experts on building a house. We're kind of learning as we go here. It turns out that the spec for ours is an actual larger shower, which we really can't tell by the naked eye just by looking at it, honestly. And it's going to be all tiled, so that's kind of like a bonus for us. So we, they're like, well, we're going to leave it, and we're like, okay, good. And then the last one that was brought up to us, again, was kind of a bonus for us, was in our game room, or the bonus room that's in this floor plan. There's pot lights in it, 6, right?
Yeah.
So 6 pot lights, which we thought was awesome, because then we can kind of do, we might do some fun things with the lights, because it's kind of going to be the kids' hangout area primarily. So we were like, oh, we can do some fun things, with having the pot lights in there, because we didn't realize, well, we weren't supposed to have pot lights in that room. So
Not
we kind of
got to see the specs or anything.
yeah, so we kind of got that as a bonus. And that all came from that phone call or calls that you had yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, so they kind of asked us, hey, do you want to leave these or do you want to go back to what they're supposed to be? To me, it would be upgrades. Like Tara said, the rectangle tray ceiling in our bedroom, we're fine with that.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. The flow looks good. It's fine with me. I wouldn't,
and of course, who wouldn't want a larger, a little more upgraded shower?
Yeah.
And the pot lights in the game room, and that works out well for us. It's still wired for a ceiling fan. We don't have one installed in there yet. But that's something obviously we're going to put in there. But now with the pot lights, it opens up our choice of ceiling fans, because some of the ceiling fans that I was kind of looking at might not have come with a light. So now with the pot lights in there, we can either go with a ceiling fan that doesn't necessarily have a light but is a little more creative, or, you know, we can go with a traditional ceiling fan and light. So it's going to work out well for us. But we're going to take you inside real quick because we did find out that they delivered cabinets yesterday. So apparently this is what they initially do. Our cabinets get delivered, and these are the cabinets for the whole house. So you're talking upstairs bathrooms, kids' bathrooms, downstairs, stuff like that. So these are all of our cabinets, and apparently they just like to stick them in the floor and then wrap cellophane around them for their own protection. I'm just kind of going outside right here because we did catch the fact that they had installed this window right here too low initially. So they had to go back and do some rework. So that kind of delayed them finishing off the siding. That's going to be obviously our wall right there where our cabinets, countertop, cooktop, stuff like that are going to go. And those are, well, the cooktops aren't, but the cabinets are all in there. I like to, typically when I'm in the house at this stage, I just do like to kind of walk around. Just because I like to try to imagine what things are going to look like when we actually get closed on the house. That's right there, that dark room right there. That's the main floor bathroom. This is going to be Tara's future office. It's a bedroom right now, but we've decided that this is actually going to be her office because she's going to do work from home.
Oh, future you talking right now.
Yes, this is future me talking. So that's actually going to be, that's the 5th bedroom, so that's actually going to be the work from home. So this is just us, me getting the close-up right there. Tara's just reading the paperwork. Okay, so we got our cabinets. We also found out that they laid the cement boards for the bathrooms and for the laundry room, and they did the first coat of primer in the house as well, sprayed the first coat of primer. And it looks like our 2 neighbors down from us that are still in the same process we are, they've painted theirs as well, the first coat of that primer. I didn't step in theirs to see if they got their cabinets because the selling agent is actually doing a walkthrough with a potential buyer for our neighbor's house. So I wasn't going to interrupt that at all.
We'll go be nosy later.
Yeah. Now we're going to actually head back to our apartment because we just figured out that
Neither one of us have our phone cords.
Yeah,
And we're both under 15%.
I'm at 10 and yeah, she's at 15, so we're gonna have to do that because we have a date planned of antique looking.
Yeah.
Nice car. And
Still have to go get our morning
coffee.
Take our DD trip.
Yep. Which we have not done yet.
No.
But
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a late start today.
yeah, it's 10:30.
Yeah.
But it is what it is sometimes with us. That's why, like I said before, we do a date day. This is our Saturday. We
Yeah.
both work hard during the week, and we get our weekends to unwind and get ready for the next arduous week.
Our kids are old enough that they're okay by themselves. Plus on Saturdays, we let them sleep in. This weekend is just Keegan home. So, you know, she's just chilling at home, still in bed. No big deal. We don't really have anything planned typically on Saturdays. Sundays usually are our big family day when we do breakfast and stuff with everybody. So that's more of like our kind of up a little earlier to get things going. And that's why Saturday's reserved for us, because it's kind of our time.
We will, start giving the shot of what the outside looks like. Just because right now it's just a construction mess. The contractors are not very tidy with the outside of the property, so there's broken brick everywhere. There's obviously rocks and mud and stuff like that, but
It's not mud. It's that beautiful Georgia clay.
if you don't know yet, I was born and raised in Georgia, and Tara was born and raised in New Jersey, and I somehow convinced her to leave everyone there that she knew growing up behind us, and you'll get to know us, I like to believe, if you like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Anyway,
Oh boy.
if you follow us enough, you'll probably see a lot of our character. It's not fake. It is us. Hey, Future Rob here. We realized that we forgot to close this one out, so we appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. If you liked what you saw, just hit the like and subscribe button. We will be posting more new house videos and some more of our crazy adventures throughout the our Kimsey family adventure stuff. So make sure you guys stay tuned.